Raise your hand if you remember last year's TikTok commune or cult drama. That commune's called the Garden, and it was located out in Tennessee. Well, a member of the Garden decided to talk about the Confederate flag and racism in the South. Let's see how this goes.
The Confederate flag is not actually a sign of racism. The Confederate flag is just part of the culture in the South. The Confederate flag has been flown for a really long time. A lot of these people flying the Confederate flag, it's their grandfather's flag that they're flying, and they have absolutely not a single ounce of racism in them.
The Confederate flag is the flag of a traitorous, fallen nation. After the Civil War, the Daughters of the Confederacy started what is referred to as the Lost Cause Doctrine, in which they tried to rebrand the reason for the Civil War into something more palatable to make the Confederacy and the Confederate officers less villainized. Translation: whitewashing the history of the Civil War. And the Lost Cause Doctrine is where we get the whitewash of history that the Civil War was fought for states' rights. Yeah, it kind of was. The states' rights to own slaves. But don't worry, she has more to say.
And the racism that they might have in them is not a dangerous racism. It's just culturally appropriate.
There is no such thing as culturally appropriate racism. And racism, period, is dangerous. To claim that it's not dangerous racism or just culturally appropriate, whatever the fuck that means, is one of the most horrific things that I've ever heard. But imagine listing your cult as so accepting that you are willing to come onto this app and defend racism. But let's let her continue.
It's a beautiful flag. There's stars. There's a snake. It says, "Don't tread on me." In the South, people are proud. People were proud slave owners, and the slaves were happy to be slaves. Now, everything is bought from China.
That was a real quick jump from defending racism to defending slavery. And yeah, that belief is actually a thing. The happy slave myth. And that myth is just a way that racists attempt to hide the horrific conditions of slavery. Not a lot of people are happy about having their lives taken from them, abused, forced to work in horrific conditions, and knowing that even their children will endure their suffering. But these words weren't said just by a random member of the Garden. She's a prominent figure. It's time we tell this cult that, again, they are not welcome here or anywhere.